Hello everyone, welcome back to Some Wild Things. I'm here with Johnnie Kasket, and we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to go back to Echo Lake to do an investigation again.
Indeed.
But we are going to do a ceremony and not film it. Whoa, it's going to be a very interesting, fun video. So all you will have at the end is our word for it.
You'll have no factual data. Well, you will have. Okay, I'm not saying I'm gonna lie to you. Okay.
Yeah.
You will have no actual quantifiable data to go by. You will only have our word.
Yeah.
You will have nothing to test.
I'm going to bring the camera along and show you where we're going, because we're going to the other side of Echo Lake again, up in the top, and we're going to go into the woods this time. So I'm going to bring the camera to show where we're going, so you have the evidence that we did go there, and then we're going to shut the camera off and do just a different approach. Not technology on, no spirit talker, no necrometer, no cat balls, cameras going. We're going to have no technology on. I might even turn off my phone to have nothing. There's no interference. And we have instruments.
Yep.
We're going to play.
We have some musical instruments of various sort, just mostly organic or acoustic, if you will. Pan drums, possibly the other drum. Anomia's got a bunch of stuff. I only brought one thing.
Yeah, we could show you a little bit what's going on.
A drum in my voice. I don't know.
A drum in, yeah, exactly. We got our voices.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we have a drum that we're gonna use, and singing bowl. And yeah, you got your hand drum.
We really are just trying to cover the bases here.
So I don't know if I need to bring this. Because you already have one.
Harmonize with both.
Totally.
Cool.
So yeah, that's kind of what we're gonna try to do. Try to bring a more like spiritual, intuitive approach to this. Not so much, is anyone here? If you're up there, make a noise! So,
hey Sasquatch!
Hey Sasquatch!
Talk to us!
Prove that you're here!
If you really are who you say you be, speak!
Since like our last video when we went, yeah, it just made me think, because I felt like things didn't really want us there. Felt like, I don't know, Sasquatch was kind of, wasn't really, I felt like it was too much like ego trying to go in and gather data and stuff like that, you know.
And one of the things I will point out too is, like, as we're going along, sort of our motives for doing this is becoming a little bit more fine-pointed, and now we're trying to really just nail down what these things are, kind of on a base level, and how, and if we can, figure out sort of how they generally interact with the world around them. Do they have any intersection with the human world, and if so, how does that work, or how did that work, you know? Interesting questions that we want to try and provide some kind of, at the very least, theoretical answers for.
There's a lot of correlations with Sasquatch and aliens, ETs, and paranormal, and the ghosts, and so we're just like trying to get to know the phenomenon more. And if it ends up being it is Sasquatch, then yeah.
If it
what
is
else to say?
a massive, if it is a massive, you know, hominid descendant of something like that, or a big ape or something, that would be incredibly cool and surprising. Equally so, it would be really cool and surprising if it was something we've never discovered before. You know, like something that may bridge the gap between an unseen world and the one we interact with every day.
Yeah, and even the people that research it as just an ape or just a hominid, they have these experiences that can't be explained, like paranormal, weird things. Yeah. So we also brought a bunch of gifts. I have a bunch of gifts to bring, and more like, instead of marbles, I'm bringing crystals and like seashells to get more of like a more natural, so if it's forgot about, it just goes back into the nature, and I think they might respond more with natural things.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe.
That's another thing too. Like, do they care?
Do they
it's
care?
Natural or not?
Yeah.
Is it just shiny thing, sort of like bird? You know, bird sees shiny thing. I grab shiny thing. Hard to say.
We're not trying to prove it to anybody, so
Yeah.
you don't need to believe what we experience.
Yes.
This is just our experience.
Yeah. Exactly.
Open mind.
I'm not interested in proving it once for and for all. This is really just data for ourselves.
Yeah.
And we will share it on the internet, of course, but
More
at the end of the day, you know, that's not what our actual goal is. We really are just trying to go on this journey internally in a way.
Yeah.
And if that brings up a lot of really interesting data and inspires a lot of really cool videos, then, you know, so be it.
Yeah, no, it's more a personal journey, I think, is what we're, because they know right away what your intentions are, and if you're trying to gather evidence to prove that they exist.
Yeah.
So, but
They do indeed.
all you'll have is our word for it. So we'll see you at Echo Lake. Believe us. You don't have to believe us, but we're gonna just tell you what we experienced. But yeah, I guess we'll see you at Echo Lake.
Bye.
All right. Well, we have made it to Echo Lake.
We have indeed.
It is like, I think at least 9 o'clock now.
Something like that. Pretty close.
Yeah, really close to 9.
So we're here. We made it to the familiar place. We're going down the same path, and yeah, don't know how much I'm going to film, but I'm just going to show the process of where we're going, and we are going to commence a ceremony of sorts.
Indeed.
Without the camera rolling.
No cameras.
No cameras. You'll have our word for it.
Believe us.
Believe us. Alright, we're heading down. Down the path we go. Into the darkness.
I brought my Stranger Things flashlight.
Like, yeah, not sponsored by Stranger Things.
This is a model. Modeled after that model. Of the model and model.
And we also got Tim Hortons pizza.
Oh yeah, it's a Tim Hortons pizza. Apparently that's a thing now. It has the secret compartment.
Yo.
Which I also put my little phone number in.
Nice.
In case the flashlight and or my body is found. You can call my phone.
Screech owls. The Devil's Club. Whoa. Alright. We made it to the other side of the lake. Some people chilling at the bench at the moment. Alright. Slight change of plans. So somebody's actually camping at the top where we've done our investigation before. So no fire or anything, you're not allowed fires, but they're just tenting. So we're gonna go back up the trail and go up a different area, kind of farther away from this, so we're not impeding on anything. So yeah, we're gonna find a different area. This area, there is no camping because that area has little camping spots. So we're just gonna go up the trail a different direction, find a spot away from any people.
Exactly.
Big toad, mate. Big toad. Big toad. Big toad.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Hey, my god.
Come on,
Climb, mate. Climb. 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 We've been seeing so many toads.
They're all over.
They're all over the place. They're all over. We keep seeing them.
Camera rolling. I bet you we'll find another one.
Yeah, I'll keep the camera rolling because there'll be one at some point. Oh yeah, this is kind of what I was thinking. Yeah, right? There's that shelter thing there. I was thinking we could go up here somewhere.
Yeah.
Something like that. Let's look and see where the best point of entry is.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another toad. What's going on, mate? What's going on? Yeah, they're all over the place. So cute. There's another one. Oh yeah. There's another one. What's going on? I don't know what that means. Some witchy stuff going on. Well, found this side trail. Looks like it's cut out like an actual path.
Yeah.
I think. It's an owl feather. Nice. Okay, so we checked out that one little trail that we saw over there. Not gonna work, so we came back here. That's that weird shelter over there. We stopped here and we're like, maybe we should go here down by the lake, and then we heard a massive kerplunk, like
in the water.
Something was being chunked. It wasn't a fish. It was like a big splash.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that could be. It could be beaver, but I don't freaking know. Why would they be doing that? Oh, I have no idea. Here's the lake. Oh. There's a lot of bugs, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, this could be a spot. You can like buy over here, kind of tucked in. I don't know. Then the sound waves can go across the lake. Yeah, I think this might do. Alright, we'll just get a setup. Oh, that's my camera light. We'll just get a setup and go from there. Alright, so getting everything set up, and we already heard some weird screaming sounds already, like howling. Oof, mosquito. So that was interesting. We heard it twice.
Yeah, not like canine type howling.
No, it was like that Sasquatch kind of howl sound.
That weird.
Oh, I swore I just heard a whoop. I don't know. Things are happening.
Do a type of invocation type mood setting deal, and then after that we're going to sort of go with the flow and see what happens.
Yeah. We also saw lightning in the distance, and there's smoke in the air from fires. So
yeah,
shit's happening. I think we're going to turn off the camera now and go in. So we'll see you at the end of this session ceremony. See you in a bit.
I don't feel like we overstayed the welcome.
No,
This time.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I felt like that last time, and I started to get like tired in like kind of an unnormal way.
Yeah.
Because like when I got back, I had energy. You know.
Yeah.
When I got out of this area and we drove off the ways, suddenly I had some energy.
Well, it felt like so whatever it was wanted us to leave last time.
Yeah, literally. You're getting tired. Go to sleep. And then go to go.
Get out of here.
To your home, go to bed. Now it's like it feels like a bit more of a peaceful send off.
It does.
Or something.
So we're done the ceremony. We're heading back to the car.
The ceremony went very, very unexpectedly.
Yeah.
But that was to be expected.
But it went well.
One of the things we tried to prepare ourselves for was to expect the unexpected, and well,
yeah.
the unexpected happens.
Yep.
More about that on the recap.
Yeah, we got to get out of here, and then we'll talk about it more.
When we get back to the house.
Yeah. We're gonna think about, gather our thoughts a little bit, and
yeah, make some notes.
Very interesting, very, very different experience, that's for sure.
That was very, very strange. We changed up the approach, and the response came in such a unique way. It's hard to explain right now.
Yeah. It's hard to explain right now.
My brain's still trying to like wrap itself around it.
Yeah. We're kind of still feeling the energy, so we're gonna see you in a bit. We're gonna make it back to the car.
Well, we made it home.
We did indeed. Welcome.
Since the same night.
Exact same night.
What time is it? It's freaking
That's midnight, yeah.
12:33.
And writing some notes down in here. Kind of recapping the experience. Literally just began. Just trying to write down some of the main things.
Yeah.
Which we will discuss a little bit for you. As
Yeah.
they're kind of raw.
We're still processing.
Our brains are still trying to wrap around what the fuck just happened up there. So we kind of began with stating our intentions. After we sort of got our area set up, we ended up finding, as you've seen, a different area by the water, and that spot turned out to be pretty good, actually. We got a good view, good panorama of the lake and the horizon. There was a bit of lightning going on,
Yeah.
a little bit. No sound, no thunder, nothing. There's just some lightning, dry lightning in the air.
Yeah, right up in the mountains, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. There's a new moon tonight, apparently, completely.
Pretty new moon. Yeah, and it was the energy felt really charged. There was also like smoke in the air.
Yeah.
So it just had this very interesting atmosphere.
It did.
Lit
very
incense, lit the candles.
We started with that vocal, basically telling our intentions and sort of not really a full-on invocation, because we don't really. It's hard to invoke something that you don't understand how they work or not. So, but basically just saying, hey, we're here, and this is why. We're not here to hurt or try. We're not here to pull in facts out, and we're not trying to prove anything. We're literally here for knowledge. We're here to know for ourselves, kind of for our own enlightenment.
Yeah, our own journey. Yeah, we smoked tobacco.
Yes,
Did a
shared some
session.
tobacco. We even gave spared tobacco as an offering for whatever was listening. Poured some out onto the shoreline and into our little circle. Should we start talking about the drum session?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that was weird.
Yeah,
we had a drum session.
Yeah, we decided to start playing the drum.
Yeah.
And just started with like regular like doom, 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 rhythm, and then just kind of tuned in. I think we both kind of just tuned into a trance state of just the rhythm, and you could hear it like echoing across the mountains. And at this point, there was no wind, and as we slowly picked up the pace, of the drum, and the wind started to blow, and from my perspective, it almost seemed like it got lighter out over the horizon. This is as the lightning's going too, but it seemed like the brightness turned up and slowly built up the drum faster and faster, and then I finished it with a big, like it was just this huge build up and then stopped.
Yeah.
And then right after that, right when it stopped, there was a big flash of lightning, and the wind started to pick up, and then we started to hear yelling. Like it almost sounded like somebody saying help, but it almost just sounded like somebody yelling in the distance. But it was like, ah! And I did that a few times, only while the wind was picking up, and then the loons started to go, and then the screech owl started to make a bunch of noise. All at the right after that,
all at the same time.
With
as the wind was coming in, so did these sounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the howling, the loon, the screech owl, and then a car comes across along the road.
Exact same moment as the wind is blowing.
Yeah.
This car comes in, the loon
and all the other
starts, screech owl start, yelling starts, brightness turns up, lightning flashes increase, and then we sat there just taking it all in for a while. Well, at first we decided, okay, let's try the pan drums. So we both played some pan drums back and forth. Got kind of super zoned in on that, but didn't really notice any like external effects going on when we did that or after. It was very much more of an internal thing.
Yeah, not like the drums.
Yeah, we didn't notice as much, so we put that aside and went back to the drum session. But the weird part was the second time we did the drum session, there was no response. Not a single breeze. No breeze whatsoever. No noise. Loons weren't even calling.
Mm-hmm.
No owl sounds.
Silent.
Even the lightning died down.
Yeah.
It was really weird. It was almost like second time we were trying too hard or something.
Yeah,
it felt like
trying to get more of a response, like, oh, let's see what
that was
happens
sort of
again,
the idea, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
we were like, oh, let's test this again.
Yeah, and it wasn't like
as soon as we went into that sort of frame of mind, it was like it was done.
Yeah,
it was like activity almost like quieted to a halt.
Yeah,
after that,
we did whoops.
Yeah,
I heard a knock. I heard a few knocks throughout the night, but I heard one really distinct knock at one point when we were just sitting there quiet. I stood up and then I heard up the hill behind us a substantial single knock, like wood, and it sounded pretty large and just sounded like something small. And then, yeah, we waited a while. Well, we used that coin.
Yeah, I got a little coin that I use. It's in a little case. I don't know if you see much of the detail, but it's got a yes with some art on one side and a no on the other. A different kind of art. It's just a simple yes or no question type thing. So, we flipped that and it said, like we asked, like, okay, are we done? Like, is this the end of the session? We flipped it. It said no at first. We're like, okay. Alright, so we did a bit more whoops, and we were just talking a little bit back and forth, started to sort of figure out some things. That's when we sort of started to really clue in that, like, everything really happened around that one point during that drum session and whatnot, right? And that's when that energy was building, and then we broke it. Some time passed, flipped the coin again, asking pretty much the same question, is this session over? This time it says, yes, the session is over. I flipped it, should we leave now? At first it said no. And not too long after that, we were already sort of packing our things. We were like closing off the more ritual side of it. And as we were literally like stood up and were getting ready to possibly leave or stick around to see if anything else happened, a massive, and I mean massive, thud in the water happened. Like, something like, it was the sound if you picked up a rock or a boulder, like, that was maybe this big, right? And you just hucked that into the water.
Yeah, it's a like that.
It's that really reverberating, like,
yeah,
in the water, right across from us. Right, we both hear that. We look at, like, crap, that was so loud.
It scared me. It was so loud,
so startling. It was just like, there wasn't any movement in the bushes either. We didn't hear anything. Just twigs crackling. It was like nothing like that. No other noises. And then there was a second one, slightly smaller, slightly smaller weight sounded. After that, we kind of just felt like it was over. Because I think before that, you asked, like before we heard those thuds, actually, you asked as we were getting ready to leave. I flipped my coin, I think a fourth time, and it said, yeah, we're done, we're good to go kind of thing. And then you asked if it wanted to, like, you know, say goodbye or something like that.
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
At one point I walked kind of away from the area, and I asked, just kind of in my head, if there was like something they could do, like maybe make it sound, just to let us know for sure that they're there before we left.
Yeah.
And then I came back, and and then we heard the splash.
Yeah.
And then, I think after that we started to talk a little bit, and then we started to talk about the drumming session, and then the wind. Because
talking about it too. Yeah.
If you wanted, I said like, if you wanted to do something to say goodbye, that'd be cool. You don't have to. And then the wind started to pick up again, and then we heard the voice again, that howling voice thing again, right before we left.
Right.
Yeah.
As we were like, after the thought, everything, like after we were talking about it, we were getting ready to leave. It was like they picked up again.
So like it gave us, at least it gave me that. I mean, it gave both of us that from that splash that there was something there.
Yes.
And then
it was a confirmation.
It said goodbye to us in a way with the wind and the voice thing. And the weird thing with the voice, like it only came when the wind came, and it sounded like
it only came.
It sounded like a ghost almost. Like
it was like you'd hear it from over here. And then we heard a different one, slightly deeper over here.
We did. We heard others screaming
different type
farther.
Of call, but it was like still a vocal. It's just like a deeper, deeper sound. That was like over here.
Yeah, we heard quite a few different vocal sounds.
Yeah, it was like two different sides of the
night.
mountain, though. It was like over here, and then on this side, kind of thing. It was really strange. The response, though, that we got. The responses to the things we were doing really intrigues me. The fact that it responded the most after the drumming session, it responded in tandem with the wind and in tandem with other things that were going on at the time, like the loons, the screech owl, the car driving by, the lightning. That really does say something. And I know that, like, I'm sure that, like, if there's some indigenous folk watching who might be familiar with the old tales, you might not be very surprised, and you might even be calling us stupid white folk. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we're still learning. This feels like an initiation.
Yeah.
That's what this felt like.
Yes, it did. It definitely did. It felt like almost like a type of training in a way. It was like it really gave us an obvious showing of what it's going to respond to and what it's going to not respond to. It gave us the distinction, at least in the fact that like things like with what happened in the drumming circle when we did the drum and we tuned into that. We put those intentions forward, and the offerings were set, everything else. The response was crazy. As soon as we went back into that more analytical mindset and said, let's try it again, that is when it stopped.
Yep.
So just try to get out of that analytical mindset and try to get out of the investigative mindset.
Yeah.
And try to get into a different one.
Yeah, it's like building a relationship.
Yes.
To it instead of trying to prove it. It's Bigfoot out there.
Yeah.
Evidence on the camera.
I don't care if if anybody believes me when I say I've heard these things out of the woods. I really don't care. My motive here is a lot more personal than that.
Yeah.
I'm not here for clout. Clearly.
No, we couldn't get any evidence on camera at first. Well, I have no idea. I haven't rewatched the footage.
You never know. It could be.
We know what we experienced, and freaking wild.
It was crazy.
Freaking wild. That's all we can say. Yeah.
You're going to be pondering it for a while.
Yeah, if you couldn't tell, we're still processing. It's going to be 1 o'clock in the morning soon. literally 12:57.
Yeah.
So, what a trip.
God.
We'll probably talk about it more in future videos as we process.
Yeah.
And
so too.
we're definitely going to go back. See what happens, because this is all new. Let us know what you thought about this. Let us know your thoughts if you have any. You don't have to believe us.
No.
We just went out in the woods in the middle of the night.
For all you know, we just stayed here and did.
Yeah. Maybe this whole video was fake. Maybe we're liars.
Maybe we're frauds.
We only have our word. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you liked it. And we'll see you again in the future.
God, I look like I'm trying to do the emote thumb. Yeah.